Good morning, YouTubians. It's Kermit's Ghost. It's Monday. It's the Blu-ray release day. I'm in McDonald's. Already got my McLatte, not a sponsor. Going to head down to HMV in a minute. There's 3 titles that I'm after. There's a lot of Star Trek out today, but I'm not going to pick up any of those. But I will film everything that does get a release. Got some subscriber mail to show you and an import as well. So quite a lot at the end. Maybe 6 titles, not as much as last week, but still a fair few. So going to head down to HMV, see what's out, get a couple of titles, then I'll take you back, show you what I picked up. See you in a bit. Okay, so here we are outside HMV. There's a poster in the window for Peacemaker Season 1. We'll take a look at that in a minute. We're going to go over to new and trending. Actually, we'll check out the television section first because there's quite a few releases out today. Okay, so first off in the television section is Sort Of. It's a Dazzler Media release from 2021, Season 1, runtime of 240 minutes, and it's about a fluid millennial who straddles various identities from a sexy bartender to the youngest child of a large Pakistani family. It's yours for $24.99. Okay, next title to show you from the BBC is Doctor Who, The Abominable Snowman. There's 3 releases of this today. Got the Blu-ray here priced at $22.99, comes with a nice slipcover. This is from 1967, consists of 170 minutes. You got the DVD here priced at $17.99. This carries a PG certificate and it's part animation, part live action. And we've got this lovely steelbook here, priced a little bit more expensive at $29.99, and it's put onto 3 Blu-ray discs. And episodes 1 to 6 you can either watch in black and white or colour. Next is a Warner Brothers release of Peacemaker Season 1. It's from 2022. It's got a runtime 346 minutes. Carries a 15 certificate. Got a Blu-ray and a DVD released today. $24.99 for the Blu-ray, $17.99 for the DVD. Both come with a slipcover. Written and directed by James Gunn and stars John Cena in the title role. Fantastic show. I'll talk about it later. Next we have The Invisible Man, the complete series, which ran from 1975 to 1976, got a runtime of 650 minutes and stars David McCallum as title role, $39.99. Next is Season 1 of Day of the Dead, 10 episodes on this, and it's 6 strangers trying to survive the first 24 hours of an undead invasion. On that cover, is he giving you the middle finger? Priced at $24.99. Get the feeling someone's watching you? Ooh, that face only a mother could love on payday. Next is a documentary called 25 Years Impressions. It's on Network. It's from 1977, has a runtime of 77 minutes, and it stars Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip and Prince Charles. Not bad, $14.99. Okay, here we go. In the 4K section, Star Trek Week. Here they are, all lined up with their beautiful slip covers. I will talk about each one individually. So the first one is Star Trek The Motion Picture. This is the director's edition. It's remastered. It's from Paramount Pictures in 1979. The runtime on the back states it's 137 minutes, not 136, as stated on Blu-ray.com. There it is without the slip, so they're all the same, so I won't bother to show anymore like that. So next up is Star Trek II The Wrath of Khan from Paramount Pictures from 1982. There's 1 movie, 2 cuts, total runtime 116 minutes. This comes with a lovely slipcover as well, priced at $19.99. I believe they're all priced at $19.99, and there is a big box set at the end, which I will show you as well. So next up, we have Star Trek III The Search for Spock from 1984, 105 minutes, and carries a PG certificate. So in this, the crew are living with the act of Spock giving his life, and you got the Klingons in here. We got Spock's father giving him hope. You got the decommissioned Enterprise. It's just great storytelling. So next we have my personal favourite of the old Star Trek films. It's Star Trek IV The Voyage Home from 1986, 119 minutes as a PG certificate. This time we see the crew going back to the 1980s, doing a slingshot around the sun, saving the world from a floating cigar by kidnapping a couple of old whales. What could be better than that? So next we have probably the weakest of the franchise. It is Star Trek V The Final Frontier from 1989. Has a runtime 107 minutes and it's a PG certificate. To be fair, I listened to William Shatner give a talk and he said how Paramount Pictures cut his budget on a daily basis. So the effects don't live up to his actual vision. So I can forgive him for that. So next and last we have Star Trek VI The Undiscovered Country. This was a great film for the original cast to finish on. It's from 1991, 1 movie, 2 cuts. The Blu-ray has a runtime of 110 minutes on this, but the 4K has a director's cut of 113 minutes. So here they are all lined up together. They could have done a better job on that first one. They could have put the Star Trek a little bit bigger and put the writing underneath. It just doesn't match. Here it is on the back. No information on the back other than the age logos and the studio. And then we have them all, there you go, on the side. But that first one, I don't think my OCD could cope with that. So Paramount Pictures have also released Star Trek The Motion Picture, the Director's Edition remastered on Blu-ray as well from 1979, runtime 137 minutes and carries a PG certificate, $14.99. I think there was supposed to be another one released today, but they didn't have it on the shelves. But behind the counter, they did have the big box set here of all the Blu-rays, all 4Ks together, 6 movies, 9 cuts in total. This ran from 1979 through to 1991, released through Paramount Pictures, total runtime 585 minutes, and yours for just £100, all but a penny. Next we have a film written and directed by Nina Thyberg. It is Pleasure from 2021, 109 minutes this one, rated an 18 certificate. Got the Blu-ray here at $14.99, also comes on DVD, priced at $9.99. It's about a young girl called Jessica. She's 20 years old, lives in a small town in Sweden. She wants to move and go to Los Angeles to become a porn star, but it's not all what she expects. Next we have Curzon Film World release of The Quiet Girl, and in case you want to see the spine upside down, there you go. This is from 2022, 95 minutes and carries a 12 certificate. This is priced at $14.99. Don't think this came on 4K or DVD today. Next we have a body swap film from Network, it's Vice Versa. This is from 1948, it's 111 minutes. It comes with a slim case, written, directed and produced by Academy Award winner Sir Peter Ustinov, and it's yours for $14.99. Okay, so over into the anime section now, and we have one release but 2 versions of it. Here it is Combatants Will Be Dispatched Season 1, released through Crunchyroll LLC. It's got a runtime of 300 minutes, this one. This is a standard release priced at £29.99. Does have a limited edition. Here it is. It was behind the till. This comes with art cards, an ID holder, a lanyard and an enamel pin, but it will set you back £57.99. So if you're a collector, this is probably the one to go for. Oh, and there's a 104-page art book as well. Hey everybody, welcome back. These are the pickups of this week. There are 3 new titles, an import and some subscriber mail. This is going to go up a little bit later today because they didn't have one of the titles in HMV in Brighton. So I took it upon myself to get on a bus, travel to the next town over, Worthing. It was a 4-hour round trip on the bus. It was like a magical mystery tour, but I'm back now. Hopefully the light will last and we can crack on. Okay, so the first thing to show you is a parcel from Phil 4K Baker. Thank you so much. I know one of the titles in here, he messaged me around about a week ago asking if I'd like this movie. Obviously I did, but he's informed me recently that he's popped another film in here as well. So I'll quickly open it up, take a look, and then I'll chat about them both. Okay, so he's put a note inside. I'll put it up here so you can read along. It says, "Hi Alan, as promised, Vanilla Sky, USA Paramount. I've also enclosed one other movie for your collection. Thank you very much. Hope all is well with the family." It is, thank you. Keep up the great information videos you do. Cheers, appreciate that. Take care, stay safe. Phil B. Thank you so much, Phil. I will have a look and see what you've put inside with Vanilla Sky. So inside we've got Vanilla Sky. Got a little bit of plastic wrap around there. I'll take that off. I'll talk about that one in a second. And the other film, which I know nothing about, so I will go and read about this one, is Where the Red Fern Grows. So bear with me, I'll talk about Vanilla Sky first, do a bit of research on this, and then I'll come back to you. Okay, so Vanilla Sky. I believe Phil's upgraded his to 4K, so he sent me this, very kind of you. This is a sci-fi thriller from 2001, which is, what, 21 years old now. Written and directed by Cameron Crowe, and it stars Kurt Russell, Tom Cruise, Cameron Diaz and Penelope Cruz. So that's 2 Camerons and 2 Cruzes. It's a story told in flashback form. You've got Tom playing a disfigured man named David. He's a rich playboy who's been interviewed by a court psychologist called Dr. Curtis McCabe, played by Kurt Russell. Now, David's disfigured after Cameron Diaz's character Juliana crashes a car on purpose with David as a passenger because she's jealous of his relationship with Sophia, that's Penelope Cruz's character. Now this film is a bit trippy at times. It deals with dreams, cryogenics, false realities, but you've got to stick with it because it all comes together at the end. And it reminds me actually that Tilda Swinton's in this. She's playing Rebecca Dearborn. She's an executive of a cryo company called Life Extensions. Now this is a film where Tom Cruise is running through a deserted Times Square, which at the time was very surreal, but since the pandemic, not so much. This is quite a long film as well, coming in at 137 minutes. Let's take a look inside. So that beautiful image on the slip is carried onto the case. There is a different image put onto the disc. And on the reverse of the cover they have put images on. You've got some making of pictures there with Tom Cruise with the director and scenes from the film as well. And on the slip cover, if you open it up, you've got the original poster art. So that was Vanilla Sky. Next title is Where the Red Fern Grows. Now this is from 2003. It's a remake of a 1974 film of the same name, and it's an adventure film which stars Joseph Ashton, who was in the Little Rascals film in 1994. In addition, you've got Dave Matthews, he's an American singer-songwriter. You've got Mac Davis, another American singer-songwriter, and Chris Christopherson, who is both a singer and an actor. There's also Dabney Coleman, a very overlooked actor. You'll probably know him from 9 to 5. He was a sexist boss in that, and he was also in War Games as John McKettrick, and now he's 90 years old. You've also got Ned Beatty in this as well. He was in Deliverance, that was his film debut. He was Bobby Tripp, what a performance that was, and he was also in Shooter, which was made 4 years after this. That's the story of a boy called Billy Coleman, who is played by Ashton. He wants to own his own hound dogs, 2 of them, so he saves up after taking advice from his grandfather, played by Dabney. The film, I believe, is set in the 20s, told in flashback form from Chris Christopherson as the narrator, and Beatty stars as the sheriff Abe McConnell, who's helping Billy after he's beaten up by some local kids. This is a Disney film, or it was, I'm not sure if it still is. The animals in this are actually real, no CGI pooches in sight, and the book it's based off is very popular. In fact, they put a statue of Billy and his hounds outside the public library in Idaho Falls in the USA. It's got a runtime of 86 minutes. I love this type of film. Thank you so much, Phil. I'll probably watch this next Sunday when it's nice and quiet in the house. Let's open it up, take a look inside. And there is the disc. So that is Where the Red Fern Grows. Okay, next title to show you is Edison. I ordered this from eBay last week, watched it the other day. I actually enjoyed this one. It's a thriller from 2005. Feels like a 90s film though, if that makes sense. It's got a very good cast. Start off with Academy Award winner Morgan Freeman. There's also James Todd Smith, who's also known as LL Cool J, he's a rapper and an actor. Justin Timberlake, Dylan McDermott, John Hurd from the Home Alone films, and the Academy Award winner Kevin Spacey. Now, say what you like about him, he is a brilliant actor. As far as I'm aware, he's not been convicted yet. I know he's been charged in the UK and the court case starts next June. But everywhere else, I think all the cases have fallen through so far, so who knows what's going on there. I'm not defending him in any way. If he's guilty, then the courts can decide his fate, but I do like his movies. Now, the story is about a reporter called Joshua, played by Timberlake, who is working for a small newspaper owned by ex-Pulitzer Prize winner Moses Hashford, played by Morgan Freeman. Joshua is trying to find out the truth behind a murder which involves officers Deed and Lazarus, played by LL Cool J and McDermott. They're working for FRAT, which I can't actually remember what it stood for. I think it's First Response, but I can't think of the other two letters. The area is called Edison, that's where the title's from, and they're working for John Hurd, who is the head of the corrupt force. And you got Spacey as Detective Wallace, he's assisting Joshua and Moses. I've got to say I did enjoy this film, and so did the wife, which is quite rare as well. It's got a runtime of just 97 minutes. Let's take a look inside. So the front image has been put onto the disc, and I've got to point out that this is an Italian import. So that was Edison. Okay, first title to show you in the new releases this week is They Who Dare. Now this is a World War II film made in 1954, so fresh after the war itself, so most of the actors in this served in the forces. Dirk Bogarde was an intelligence officer. Denholm Elliott served in the RAF, he was in the 76th Squadron. Harold Siddons was in Bomber Command. He was in a film I picked up a few weeks ago called Wrong Arm of the Law. He was also in Guns of Navarone. William Russell, he was in the Air Force. He starred in The Great Escape, and he was also in 1978 Superman, and so on. So the story is based on actual events. Operation Anglo, which was carried out by the SBS, that's the Special Boat Service. They attacked two airfields on the island of Rhodes, Kalathos and Maritza. They destroyed at least 20 aircraft in that raid, which didn't go fully to plan, I'll admit. And the SBS was actually integrated into the SAS after this. Directed by Russian-born Louis Milestone. Now his works include the original Ocean's 11 film and the Korean War film Pork Chop Hill. This has got a runtime of just 107 minutes. Let's open it up and take a look inside. So the slip and the cover have exactly the same image, and this was a film I had to do the Magical Mystery Tour for. And the front image has been put onto the disc. So that is They Who Dare. Okay, next title is Vice Versa. Yes, another body swap film. I'm amassing quite a collection of these, got to be said. This version's from 1948 and it's directed by the Academy Award winner Sir Peter Ustinov, who is predominantly an actor rather than a director. You're going to know him from Disney's Blackbeard's Ghost or the 1978 version of Death on the Nile where he plays Hercule Poirot, but he's not acting in this one. This one actually stars two main actors. You've got Roger Livesley and Anthony Newley as the body swappers. Anthony was in a Garbage Pail Kids movie. He was Captain Manzini. He was also in Rex Harrison's version of Dr. Dolittle. He was Matthew Mugg. Now, if you've seen any of the body swap movies, you know the score. In this case, a magic stone is used. That's the object used to exchange bodies, and once that happens, comedy ensues and both parties learn a valuable life lesson and then they switch back. This also stars James Robertson Justice. He also was in Guns of Navarone, oddly enough, and he was also in the Doctors franchise, Doctor at Sea, that kind of thing. It's got Petula Clark in this as well, the singer who starred in the film The Gay Dog alongside William Russell, who was in They Who Dare, which I showed earlier. It's a small world, isn't it? Now it's got a runtime of 111 minutes. Let's take a look inside. So inside, the front image has been put onto the disc. There is a 12-page booklet. And there is some information and images on the reverse of the cover. So that was Vice Versa. Okay, next and last is Peacemaker Season 1. You've got to see the opening credits for this. I watched this season and I thought it was excellent. Now, I wasn't the biggest fan of the Peacemaker character in the Suicide Squad, it's got to be said. This show's changed my mind on that. It delves more into his character whilst the entire season deals with one continuous story. This was created by James Gunn from the Guardians movies, and it stars John Cena as the title character. Now, in the Suicide Squad, he is a flawed character, but it's all flushed out, and you kind of sympathise with him in a strange way. His father, Augustus Smith, aka the White Dragon, is a nasty piece of work in every sense of the word, but he's got a remarkable talent for creating advanced weaponry, even bending space inside a hidden cupboard in his house. Played brilliantly by Robert Patrick, who is Mike Rogers in Fire in the Sky, a brilliant alien abduction film. He was also the T-1000 in Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Now I don't want to go into the story because it is just one story and I don't want to give you spoilers, but I do recommend the show. All the characters are good, the pacing is perfect, the story concludes at the end of the first season, but they can obviously carry on, and hopefully they will. Now Peacemaker's got a pet eagle in the show called Eagly, and the show stars Jennifer Holland as Amelia. She is a kick-ass member of the team. She is the blonde woman in the picture there. She's actually engaged to James Gunn. You got Steve Agee as John. He's the guy sat down with a drink. He's a tech support in the film. Great character, and he dyes his beard, allegedly. Chukwudi Iwaji is Clemenson. He is the team's leader. He is the guy on the left with the gun. Daniela Brooks is Leota. It's her first field assignment, and she's the one sat there on the far right. We've also got Freddie Stromer as Vigilante. He's a sociopath who teams up with Peacemaker, even though he's not really wanted on the job. He stood next to Peacemaker there. He's wearing the glasses. The whole show has got a total of just 8 episodes, so quite quick, and a runtime of 346 minutes. Highly recommend this one. Let's take a look inside and see what you get for your money. So the slip box and the cover have exactly the same image. So there are 2 discs, a pamphlet, and an episode guide on the reverse of the cover. So that is Peacemaker Season 1. So that was it. Have you seen any of those, or plan to pick them up, or just want to leave a comment? Then do so down below. I will read every single one and try to reply if I have the time. Give the video a thumbs up, it really does help the channel, and subscribe if you haven't. It's all free. Why wouldn't you? On that note, all that's left to say is thank you so much for choosing my channel today and watching my video. Take care, and I'll see you all in the next one.